Alpine environments have a very alluring nature for hikers. There's just something about getting above the trees, above the clouds, and into an environment that doesn't seem to want you there that creates the most memorable experiences. These types of environments are never too far away in Switzerland, as it is home to 48 mountains over 4,000 meters in elevation, most of which require a lot of skill and special equipment to climb. Not to mention, they are also very dangerous for those who aren't experienced in the discipline of mountaineering. There is one 4,000 meter peak, however, that can be summited by anyone with a decent fitness level and without any previous mountaineering experience. This is the story of my favorite day in Switzerland, summiting Breithorn. Looming above the village of Zermatt lies the 13,648-foot peak known as Breithorn. This heavily glaciated peak is part of the Pennine Alps, which is home to some of the highest mountains in the Alps, including the nearby Matterhorn. The guided experience of summiting Breithorn is offered by a company called Zermatters. I picked up all of the necessary rental gear from their shop in Zermatt the day before, so I was ready to meet my guide at 7:30 to catch the first ride up on the Matterhorn Express gondola. On our 25-minute ride up to the Glacier Paradise station, we enjoyed breathtaking views of the Matterhorn, and I could barely contain my excitement as I looked up at the towering summit of Breithorn. It was incredible watching our surroundings quickly change from the lush valley of Zermatt to a barren and foreboding glaciated landscape. This gondola ride by itself was pretty thrilling at times. I don't know exactly how high off the ground we were, but at certain points it had to be several hundred feet. By the time we reached the Glacier Paradise station, we had gained 7,430 feet in elevation, and we were in an entirely different world where skiers come year-round to enjoy the snow. Now it was time to officially start our journey to the summit of Breithorn. Our guide Bettina helped us get our climbing harnesses on so that we could all be attached to each other with a rope. Which brings me to an important point. While this hike is relatively short and does not require technical skill, it is still extremely dangerous to do this alone. We will be hiking across an enormous glacier, and anytime you are doing that, there is a fall risk due to hidden crevasses underneath the snow. When you aren't roped up with other people, a fall can be deadly, and yes, people have died up here. But with our 6-person group led by a guide with 30 years of experience, we had nothing to worry about, and we could focus on taking in the beauty of this enormous ice field. Again, we enjoyed views of the Matterhorn and also the mountains of Italy behind us. There were some clouds forming in the distance, but with our early start, it looked like we would be able to summit Breithorn with clear skies. We also watched as many other adventurers hiked by, some with plans to take on more technical climbs further along the ridge.
The peaks need to be down, the front peaks forward, the long ones, And the buckles, they always, oh yes.
Once we reached the beginning of the ascent, we took some time to put on our crampons. They weren't necessary for the first part of this hike, but we were definitely going to want them for the somewhat steep mountainside that is covered in snow and ice year-round.
The rest, yes, that's good. Yeah,
So over that ridge line right there, is it Italy?
Yeah, the border goes from this over Gobbadirolin here right to the summit of the Breithorn, and then it follows always the summit line.
Wow.
So always on that side you're Italy.
So can I say I've been to Italy now, or do I have to go a little bit over there?
Summit, you can this side is Italy.
Then I'm in it.
this
Okay.
side is
So I get to go to Italy.
sometimes they that's
Oh, save
Yeah.
beauty!
yeah. Christian.
Wow, you're a goaltender, man.
For some, the ascent is where the struggle of low oxygen levels can start to sink in. Thankfully, I didn't notice much of a difference, but being above 13,000 feet or 4,000 meters can make hiking uphill more difficult, especially when wearing crampons, since you will need to lift your legs up a bit higher, and obviously the added weight attached to your feet also makes a difference. I try to stay in pretty decent shape endurance-wise, so I can either fully enjoy hikes without worrying about getting tired, or I can seek out more demanding challenges. As I've mentioned, this hike is not very challenging, but man, I'm not sure if I've ever enjoyed myself more while climbing a mountain. Thank you so much.
Good. No problem. Maybe a bit slow for you.
No worries. This is a good hike to take it slow.
Yeah,
Just
you
enjoy
can take
it.
your pictures.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry.
Der war oben, hat der erste Schritt raus.
Italy?
Italy is always on the right side of the
Yeah.
ridge.
Oh, the right. Okay. So it's like that.
Goes over
Yeah.
summits, goes over Breithorn, over Pollock,
Okay.
over Castor, then over Liscam, no over the two. The Liscam is the two, like a camel, like the two
Yeah.
bumps.
Yeah.
And then the border goes all over the Monte Rosa peaks. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It was a very emotional experience looking at the environment I was surrounded by. I had been higher in elevation than this before, but never with this much snow, ice, and just beauty all around me. All I could think about was how badly I already wanted more. I began to see this as just a small taste, a starting point for the kinds of adventures I would now be seeking out. God has blessed me with good physical fitness and the means to travel to explore His creation, and because of this experience, I was now more motivated than ever to do just that. The memory of this climb will stick with me forever because I will look back on it as the beginning of my mountaineering journey.